get some music going here. Alright. So, okay. So, The Athletic did the 5 most improved teams in the offseason. I don't know why they put Washington at number 1. I would put them somewhere. They did make good additions. They got Curtis Samuel, people like that. But, I don't know if I'd have them at 1. I think New England, I think they're, oh no, they're number 2. New England's number 2. I think they should stay there. That's a good place. The Browns are at number 4. They should probably be number 1. They got 9 new defensive starters. I think that's amazing. And I think all the 9 defensive starters that they got are going to be somewhat of a help, So I think the Browns should be 1. New England should be 2. I guess the Jags should be 5. We have to wait. We have to wait on the Jags because they drafted a lot of guys, and they got Urban Meyer. But we don't know if Urban Meyer is going to work out in the NFL, and if Trevor Lawrence and if Travis Etienne are going to work out. None of those are a sure thing. So, I guess they should be 5. The Jets should be up there. I mean, the Jets... I'd put the Jets at 4... say 5 Washington, 4 Jets, 3 Jags, 2 New England, 1. I don't know. I'm not... I mean, I know I do a lot of lists on this podcast, but I mean, not as into them as you might think. But I don't think that Washington should be number 1 at all. So Peyton Manning hopes Aaron Rodgers stays. And you can fix all of this, Green Bay. Just restructure his deal. And I know they said he might, and I know he said there's speculation, that he might decline. But, I don't think he would. If you restructure his deal, and this is probably not going to happen, but it could. It's not, something that would definitely not happen. You can restructure his deal, which would leave you, the salary to pick up Julio Jones. The cap space to pick up Julio Jones. So, restructure his deal. And I mean, that's just... If you restructure his deal, everything will be better. And I've said, if Love could play... This is why I don't think Jordan Love can play. If Jordan Love can play, I feel like they would have traded him already. Because then you can get 3 years of not even paying Jordan Love and kind of cheat the salary like the Browns are doing with Baker right now. Baker's was on a rookie contract. So they got everyone. They got Jarvis Landry, they got Odell, they got Nick Chubb, they got Kareem Hunt, They got a lot of offensive linemen. They got some good defensive starters, They got all these assets because of Baker not being expensive. So if they could have done that with Jordan Love, but he can't play, can he? My guess is no, because they're not trading him. So Steph Curry, in his post-game interview, said, when talking about LeBron's shot, he said, great, all-time great players make all-time great shots. And, they're really starting to appreciate other skills lately. I don't know why they didn't do this a couple of years ago when they were meeting each other in the finals constantly. But... You know who I could really see him joining? And this is probably not going to happen. I don't think he's leaving the Warriors. But if he actually were to, like, look at his options and, like, not just be like, oh, I'm staying here with the Warriors, I'm committed, which I think he is, but if he were to leave, I think the Clippers wouldn't be bad. They could use a leader, because Kawhi is a great player, not a great leader. Curry is a great leader. And they get a point guard, which they lack. They don't really have a point guard. They have a 34-year-old Rajon Rondo, who doesn't show up until the playoffs. So, I mean, you get him at the 1. I don't know who you'd have at the 2, but then you got Kawhi at the 3, PG at the 4. Ivica Zubac has become a good player at the 5, you know? So you got some assets. And if you get Steph Curry, you could be really good. So where do I think each team's stock is going in the NBA going into the playoffs? I'll talk about... I think... I'm going to miss a couple teams. I have the Sixers, Nets, Knicks, Heat, Suns, Clippers, Lakers, Warriors, and that's it, you know. I'll do the others another time. But here we go. Where each team's stock is right now. Hold on. Okay, so the Philadelphia 76ers. Their stock's going up. It really is. All Embiid's numbers went up. And Simmons is getting better. Doc Rivers has kind of hoisted Tobias Harris, which is all they really needed, really. So they got Harris playing better. Simmons is playing better. Embiid's playing better. They got a better coach now. They're going way up. The Knicks are kind of... Or no, not the Knicks. The Nets are kind of in, like, a middle kind of... It's a little sideways a bit, you know? It's a little... It's tough to judge right now. I don't know where they're going. Because I don't know if... You know... I don't know. The Big Three did not play any games together. They did not. They played like 5% of their games together. You know, I'm really skeptical of that. Doc Rivers literally said that he was terrified going into last year's playoffs because the Clippers did not play together. So that the fact that they only played like 5% of their games together really gets me skeptical of this. So I don't know. It's a little sideways middle, kind of. The Bucks, they're going up. They lead in scoring and have less pressure. And even though he's not going to win MVP this year, Giannis, I think, is better this year than he was last year. I really do. And they got more veterans on their team. I think all signs point to up right now. They might not win the finals, but I think they're definitely trending up right now. The Knicks, this is easy. They're going up. Julius Randle, I don't think he should win the MVP because, I mean, yes, 4th in the East is awesome, but it's not it's not better than Jokic, who is 3rd in the West, or CP3, who brought a 10 seed to a 2 seed. So, you know, I think he should be an MVP candidate, not a finalist, though. But Randle is getting a lot better. Their coaching is a lot better. It's competent for the first time in a while. They have one of the best defenses in the NBA. And they have some veterans. So, they're definitely going up. Heat. They're trending a little sideways. If Butler is there the entire playoffs, they have a real chance. I could be right. And, you know, I don't really look at it as you have to predict both teams in the finals. I think as long as you get the winner right at the beginning of the year, you're in good shape. So, I'd have to see the Lakers win this year for me to be right. I had a Lakers Heat finals. That was stupid. But, Hey, it might work. But I think there are two Butler reliant to put them up. So I'm going to say they're trending a little middle, kind of. I'm not sure. They're very Butler reliant. But then again, they win 64% of their games with Butler, so we don't know. Suns, they are easily trending up. They have great shooting from mid-range. They got CP3, who although he hasn't really performed well in the playoffs, he's been there. They got Devin Booker, a great player. Monty Williams is a great coach, probably going to win Coach of the Year. At least he should. And they just got all these pieces. Great leader in Chris Paul. Great coach in Monty Williams. Don't know if they win the championship, but I have no doubt in my mind that they're trending up. Clippers. Little middle, I'm not really sure. They have the second best offensive rating in NBA history. But they have the second least clutch points. So they're a little in the middle here. Lakers. A little sideways. You don't know. If LeBron's healthy and AD's healthy, then they're trending up. But I think they're a little middle right now, the Lakers. Because you don't know if he's going to stay healthy. And, if LeBron or AD aren't healthy, that team is average. So, little middle here. Warriors, finally. I think they're trending a little middle here. I'm not sure where Wiseman stands. And, I don't know where Clay will be next year. So, I'm not... a little middle. I don't really know. So, that would have been the end of yesterday's podcast. And now I'm going to start what today's podcast is going to be. So, there's a report. It's like, oh, LeBron's playing on one leg. I'm a LeBron fan. Think he's great. I've defended him on this podcast before. Here I'm going to criticize him, though. Well, not him, kind of the reporter here. Let's not say he's playing on one leg. Let's not be dramatic here. Now, I'm not saying he's 100%. But, I mean, Tom Brady a couple days ago said, I had to have a pretty serious knee surgery after the season. And, he played with that. And he won the Super Bowl with that. And I believe that it was pretty serious, But he didn't say anything because it didn't impact his play. And Mahomes, he had foot surgery, didn't say anything about it. So I'm not saying a high ankle sprain is nothing. From what I've heard, it's terrible. Chris Webber went on The Herd today, and he said, and I quote, I'm quoting him on this. Hold on. The injury that can have the most impact while you're playing is a high ankle sprain. You can't move, you can't stop, you can't guard. That's Chris Webber. He played in the NBA, and he was no joke. So a high ankle sprain is tough. But let's not say he's playing on one leg here. Alright, he's had about 6 weeks to heal it. So he's had time. He can't be that... If he's still hurting that badly, that he's playing on one leg, then he has more than a high ankle sprain. So, I mean, let's stop being a little dramatic here. Alright, so the Wizards beat the Pacers yesterday. It was a great game. Westbrook dropped, what was his stat line? I think he was, 18, 8, and 15. He did a good job. Sabonis, 19, 11, and 10. Brogdon, 24 points. Beal, 25 points. Daniel Gafford, 15 points and 13 boards.